Hello, this is SHADOLL here. Today we're going to be looking at the remaining monster cards on the ban list and discussing why each of them is banned. So this is the XZ Fusion and Synchro monsters. So first up we have Bionic, the Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Now the reason this card is banned is pretty obvious when you read its effect. You can discard any number of cards to the graveyard to target the same number of cards in the field and return those targets to the hand. So essentially you can just summon this onto the field, discard say 3 cards and completely wipe your opponent's board and then attack them directly with all your monsters. Yeah, just no. Next up is SHADOLL Construct. Now just to start off, there is a rumour that this is coming off the ban list soon. So that would be pretty interesting if it does. But I can see why it is banned and should still stay banned. So if this guy's special summon, you can send one SHADOLL card from your deck to the graveyard. That's not too bad. At the start of the battle step, if this card attacks a special summoned monster, destroy it. Just destroy it outright. That is unbelievable, as a lot of decks rely on special summon monsters. For example, Cosmos. You special summon a budget card, this thing attacks it, goodbye. So next up we have Evil Swarm Excitation Knight. Now this one is very, very powerful card. So once per chain, so you've got to remember that chain, which is why it's, in my opinion, not over the top, but essentially you can chain this with anything. So during your main phase or opponent's battle phase, if your opponent has more cards in their hand and side of the field of you, discard one XZ material and destroy everything else on the field. So essentially, if your opponent has anything more than you, just detach one and wipe the board. So next up is Revolutionise Chain. So once per turn, detach an XZ monster from this card and either send one card from your deck to the graveyard, which is pretty damn good in quite a lot of decks, or you can choose one monster from your deck and place it on top of your deck, essentially setting up your next turn. So for a guaranteed draw, or you send one to the graveyard and potentially do some shenanigans with that. Really good in quite a lot of decks. Number 16, Shockmaster. So once per turn, detach an XZ material from this card, declare one type of card, either monster, spell or trap. And this type of card cannot be activated, and of course if you choose monster, you can't use this effect until the end of your opponent's next turn. So if you use this, say for example, because this is the deck that I personally use, against the Cosmo deck, if they summon something, say Farm Girl or just anyone, they can't banish it to summon anything else. If you activate this card, that is OP and can ruin loads of decks, including, say for example, Monarchs, Cosmos, so many more. Next up we have Telenite Plomius, I think is how you say that. So this card is insane for many reasons. So you can detach one card special from your extra deck, one XZ monster that is 1 rank higher than this, using this is a material and all attached to it. Or you detach 7 XZ materials using its next effect in order to skip your opponent's next turn. So you could do so much shenanigans with this, it is unreal. During each player's end phase, attach a Stellar Knight card from your extra deck to this card as a face-up XID material. So essentially you can skip 2 of your opponent's turn while you've got this on the field. Just so much things can happen by skipping your opponent's turn. You could annihilate them. Finally for this video is Wind-Up Carrier Zenmei T, I think it's called. So detach, you can special summon one wind-up monster from your hand or deck, which is a 3+1, of course. When a face-up wind-up monster on the field is destroyed, it's in the graveyard, detach the material and return that thing to your hand. So it not only saves monsters, wind-up monsters which are destroyed, but also you can attach the next material to special summon one from the deck. And I'm pretty sure that a few wind-up monsters have some quite good effects when you special summon them from the deck. So this card can cause some massive problems in any duel. Okay, so that's it for this video. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to punch the like button, leave a comment down below, of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also most, follow me on Twitter, link down below as always. So last video to say, thank you so much for watching. I've been SHADOLL, so see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video.